Hey, hello, and welcome back to the DevOps Easy Learning channel. In today's video, we are diving into something every cloud engineer should know: automating instance setup using EC2 user data. This will allow you to spin up servers that are configured themselves the moment they are launched. So in this case, there will be no manual steps, no SSH needed. We are going to see how we can practically give an instruction to our EC2 instance at lunchtime and see it spin up exactly the way we want it to spin up with whatever packages we've already stated that we wanted before we actually SSH into the EC2 instance. So the first question now is what is user data? If you go to this AWS documentation, this is AWS EC2 latest user guide, user data, you will get a brief, not just a brief, comprehensive information on what user data are. You can specify the instance user data type you want to use at lunchtime. And if the volume of the EC2 instance is an EBS volume, you can actually also stop that EC2 instance and update its user data from time to time. So when you have some time, please, come here and look at this documentation, and it will give you a very good understanding of what user data are and how you can actually use it to save yourself time. So just think of it like a startup script. When you launch an EC2 instance, AWS gives you a chance to add a script. That would be like for instance, the Linux shell or for a PowerShell for a Windows. And that this would run once the first boot of the EC2 instance spins up. Now, some of the really cool use cases that you can see this user data being used, it's installing Apache or Nginx at lunchtime, or you can use it to pull source code from GitHub, or use it to register with a load balancer, an existing load balancer in your account. Or you can even use it for doing a simple sending an hello world to a log file. So there are so many use cases where you can use the user data, but it's just one of those, easy to use go-to tools that cloud engineers should know and use. It is useful when you are scaling out of instances, especially in an auto-scaling group where you want each instance to be configured exactly the same way. And how you go about doing that is through using a user data script. Now we're going to walk through a step-by-step demo on how to use or start using a user data so you guys can see it exactly. So first and first, we're going to log into our AWS console, and we are going to go to our EC2 instance. So we'll go right here and say EC2, and we'll go in here, and we'll create an EC2 instance. And in the process of trying to launch the EC2 instance, we will add a user data script that would install a simple Apache web server on that EC2 instance. So let's start. First, we're going to click instances, and I'm going to click launch instances. And I'm going to give it a name. I'll name it my user data server. And scroll down here, pick a free tier, AMI, T2 Micro, and note we will be using the Amazon Linux CentOS. So let me use Amazon Linux 2, my preferred AMI. And we don't need a key pair. We're going to use an SSM role to connect to our EC2 instance. And we do need a security group, and we need a security group that has HTTPS allowed. So we do not need SSH. I'm going to remove that rule and scroll all the way down. And this is where the magic starts. So you're going to scroll all the way down and you get to this point where it says advanced details. So click this drop down and then scroll all the way to the bottom of this page, and you would see the user data block. Now, like you said, this is like a Linux PowerShell terminal that you can type in whatever commands you want. You can say something as simple as sudo yum install. You can do a simple command like sudo yum install nettools git and all that. In our case, we will be putting a bash shell script in here, and it's gonna be this. Just put in the shebang, and then we said yum update y, and then yum install -y httpd, and then say systemctl start httpd systemctl enable httpd, and then I'll just write a simple echo command that says, hey, um, welcome to DevOps Easy Learning EC2 with user data. All right. And I'm going to close that header. And let's say, before I close that, I need to close my rotation. And I'm going to say, let's copy this and put it in the var the HTML file index.html. All right. So that's it. This is going to create a basic web page that says, welcome to DevOps Easy Learning EC2 user data after installing the Apache web server. And this is how you use a user data, guys. It's as simple as that. So from here, all we need to do is just proceed and um, launch this instance. Wait, I think I made a mistake. So this is going to be a simple web server. So we do not need the HTTPS protocol. A simple HTTP protocol is what we need. So making that correction right here. So just a simple HTTP, because it's not a secure server yet. And with that, that's all. We're going to click launch and proceed. I actually would need a key here, but no, I won't. Let's just do that. Let's create a key. So demo key, demo 2025, create a new key. Let's see if I can, I think I do have some keys that I can use in here. Actually, I do not. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead with setting up with my SSM role. I'm gonna bother with that. I don't want to be downloading creating too many keys on this account and download it. So just go to instance role, and I'm going to select my instance role for SSM and launch the instance. All right. So that's it. We'll give it a few more minutes for it to load up, and we'll see if our user data worked as we expected it to. It is to just running. I'll give it a few more seconds. So why this is running, so just so you guys understand what's happening right now as this EC2 instance is booted up, it's that what is going on is that there is a cloud init, that is used for initializing EC2 instance. This cloud init is running behind the scene while the EC2 instance is being boot up, and it provides the necessary glue that allows for launching of cloud instances. And it's not just for AWS, it's actually for all different cloud servers that you're using. And if you want to know more about it, feel free, come over here, cloud init.read, the docs.io, and it should give you enough information you need to know about using the cloud in it. Okay. Even has some cool tutorials that you can use if you want to set up and see how you can set it up and use it to, spin up an EC2 instance. So I think our EC2 instance is done right now, still initializing. While that is going on, I'm going to check the security group. In the next series, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into security groups and EC2 instance, just so that you guys can know how to set up your security groups with the appropriate rules that you need. I'm going to open this in a new tab and make sure we have our inbound rule HTTP set up there. And we do have our HTTP protocol open to anywhere. Cool. And this is all we need. Now let's go back to our EC2 instance and see if it's ready. Now you have to give this some time to run its course. So because remember, it's actually installing all the instructions and packages that you gave it in the user data. So this might take a little while for it to complete its course. But once it is done, we should be able to check the IP address, the public IP address of our EC2 instance, and that would give us a web page, a custom web page. So let's think it should be done right now. Just gonna give it some minute. So I'll pause this video and come back when it is done loading up. Thank you. All right, that was just like a minute wait, and as you can see, it says my status check is 2-2, which means everything looks good. So now if I take the public IP of this instance and I punch it in my browser, I should see a custom website uh, up and running there. And there we go, guys. Boom. Apache is installed and it's serving our custom welcome message all without logging into the server. Isn't that great, guys? Just some extra, pro tips just for you guys. If you are using a base AMI for scaling with auto scaling groups, and you're combining this AMI with your user data, this will give you the ultimate flexibility that you need, with any new or EC2 instance that is being spun up with the autoscaler. The AMI, which you would have created from that EC2 instance, holds all the operating system and the base config, including the user data that you use in setting it up initially. So user data only runs on the first boot unless you modify it for persistent. The logs are always available in the var log cloud init.log or var log user-data.log. So if you need to troubleshoot it, try to figure out what's happening, that's where you would go. Now, if you want to see if an EC2 instance actually has a user data setup, all you need to do is select that EC2 instance and you go to action and you go to instance settings and come all the way down here. You see where it says edit user data. Now, note here, even though it says edit user data, you can't edit it while the EC2 instance is running. And as you can see, this is actually the script we added here. So if for whatever reason you want to update this, you will have to stop the EC2 instance and then you can come back and it will actually give you the option to edit. And that is it, guys. I hope this was informative and I hope you guys continue practicing and learning and getting good, mastering the cloud. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.